Hi, friends. This is wild. Does this mean that I can officially tell my mom that I performed on Broadway? Well, my name is Katrina Gamueda-Smith. I am a part of several NFT projects that you may have heard of before. Strawberry WTF, Oni Force, and Rare Pizzas, which is the first NFT project to come out of PizzaDAO. PizzaDAO started back in February of 2021, which, if you can believe it, was just earlier this year. We are a pre-Bored Ape Yacht Club project, which many might attribute to a complete transformation in the momentum and the personality of the space. When PizzaDAO started back in February, we had a couple of fairly ambitious goals. We were just a group of strangers who had been meeting in clubhouse rooms and just kind of having a good time, but we came up with some really, what I call big, hairy, audacious goals for the DAO and for the Web3 space in particular. The first of our goals was to make pizza free, and the second, to open the world's first open source pizza franchise. Now, the idea of free pizza isn't necessarily a new one, right? I remember being in grade school, and there was nothing that could motivate me more than the idea of a free pizza party for doing good work. This idea still persists in office spaces today. The sales team who meets their sales quota gets a free pizza party, right? I'm working with a lot of things here. So Rose's Pizza in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania was one of the first in-life locations to try this free pizza model at scale. They opened as a pay-it-forward pizzeria in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with the goal of feeding the homeless. And they actually did a pretty good job of it. Their model was essentially anybody can come in, order a slice of pizza, and if they so desire, they could buy a slice for the person after them, right? The true pay-it-forward model. If somebody ordered a free slice of pizza, you would write on a sticky note and you would hang the sticky note on the wall. And well, before you know it, Rose's Pizzeria, as evidenced in this picture here in the middle, was covered head to toe in sticky notes. Now, Rose's managed to provide tens of thousands of slices of free pizza over the course of 6 years. They actually changed lives in the process. There were homeless folks who were able to afford housing, to find jobs, because they always knew that there would be a hot meal for them at the end of the day. This is pretty incredible, right? It really is testing the boundaries of the free pizza model at scale. Well, unfortunately, Rose's Pizza, after only 6 years of being open, was forced to close because of hardships that traditional restaurants and retail industries face, right? One second. So fast forward to 2021, and Rare Pizzas and PizzaDAO throwing the world's largest pizza party. PizzaDAO, through the sale of Pizza Box NFTs, managed to raise $1.25 million. And on one glorious day, a day we deem Free Pizza Day, hashtag Free Pizza Day, or Bitcoin Pizza Day, we gave out over $300,000 worth of free pizza at over 210 pizzerias in over 60 countries worldwide. Now, this is the digital model, right? Rose's Pizzeria was an analog model. Rare Pizzas tested the digital model. And we really wanted to test the boundaries of what Web3 can do. But this was just one day. Our question then is, what might it look like to create an open source pizza franchise that could eventually provide free pizza 100% of the time? Now, if anybody knows the story of the first franchisee of Blockbuster Video, they know that within 1 year, he was able to open 2,200 Blockbuster franchises because he was able to prove the fractal. He solved for the model. He solved for the 0 to 1 that then allowed him to scale from the 1 to 1,000. At only 26 years old, the first franchisee of Blockbuster Media opened 2,200 franchises. He then went on to become CEO, head of the board, et cetera, all these things, right? But just imagine if PizzaDAO could create a template that could scale across all pizzerias and then potentially all industries. Now, what we mean when we say open source pizza is this kind of common tech stack that could be adopted. Imagine a common delivery model, a point of sale system that everybody uses and adopts, a common inventory management system, an accounting model, and employee training. Imagine if you were a new aspiring pizza shop owner and somebody said, I have all those things ready for you, just go make some pizzas. Okay, awesome. This is all great and good, right? But are we speaking in theoreticals here? What I've heard as I've been talking to people in the space about this story and also about like Web3 technologies and NFTs in general is like, we're kind of tired of hearing those same old platitudes that are like, Web3 is the final frontier, this is the future, if you don't join us, you're not gonna make it, right? People are just kind of tired of hearing that from us. So what we did is we decided to turn this from kind of like this idealistic space into something more real. And so Rare Pizzas, in partnership with Pauly G's in Chicago, Illinois, sorry, this clicker is not the most responsive thing. Pauly G's is going to be partnering with Derek of Pauly G's in Chicago, Illinois. Now, I've sat down with Derek over the course of many conversations, and I saw him move kind of across the spectrum of trust. And I've seen this with a lot of different folks that I've spoken to across time. When I first sit down with them and I say pizza should be free, they just kind of laugh me off like it's a big joke. And now pizza is probably the best meme in the known universe, but PizzaDAO is pretty serious about making pizza free. And so when I started talking with Derek, what I saw is him move across, like I said, this spectrum of trust. He first asked me, like, can pizza be free? Should pizza be free? And then after several one-on-one conversations, he got to this point of like, of course, pizza should be free. And this is a guy, right? He's on the US pizza team. He makes a living off of selling pizza. He owns 2 pizza shops in Chicago, Illinois. And after only 2 conversations of sharing a meal over pizza, he said, pizza should most definitely be free. And his wheels started turning. Do I have to point? Okay. So it's official. Rare Pizzas, in partnership with Pauly G's Pizzeria in Chicago, Illinois, are going to start to try to prove this fractal. We are going to work together to create the world's first open source pizzeria. Okay, so here's our model, right? Here's the model that we've created so far and that we're going to try to test. Remember, the Blockbuster franchisee who proved the fractal, he proved the 0 to 1. That's what we're going to be trying to do here. So imagine you're working with a DAO treasury of $1 million. $1 million is a huge number, but maybe in the NFT space or the Web3 space isn't too terribly audacious. Rare Pizzas raised $1.25 million in a matter of time, right? Over a couple of days, we raised $1.25 million. And there are DAOs out there like Nouns DAO who increase their DAO treasury by hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, and they plan to go forever. They plan to sell a noun every single day. So imagine that we're operating with a DAO treasury of $1 million. Here's our plan. First, we establish a not-for-profit arm off the existing pizzeria. In this case, it's Polly G's in Chicago, Illinois. So we build our not-for-profit arm. We then build or rent a space, right? We want the operations of the 2 Polly G's shops in Chicago, Illinois to be fairly undisrupted. And we also want a place that we can direct hungry folks to. We don't want them going to the 2 existing Polly G's shops and asking for free pizza. We then hire a not-for-profit manager, somebody who can dedicate their time to the operations of the not-for-profit. We want them to be fully focused. We then introduce the common tech stack to the not-for-profit, right, the one we talked about earlier, and we provide them with the tech and the tools that they need to get the job done. We invite donations. We're not afraid to take things in for free, so the community can donate to us, and we can also accept donations from vendors. Imagine free sauce, free pizza, right? They're helping us out. We raise all staff wages. There's a labor shortage in the United States, right? And retail spaces and restaurants are having a hard time staffing their locations. Imagine with this DAO treasury of $1 million, we could raise all staff wages at all 3 Polly G locations, the 2 existing locations and the not-for-profit by $3 an hour. Imagine the competitive advantage in Chicago, Illinois to be able to raise your wages by $3 to the person next to you. And then, of course, we train the staff in the model that we talked about in the beginning, right? This is all what we're going to test in that 0 to 1 model, improving the fractal. So we want this to be sustainable. Like the Blockbuster franchisee who went from 0 to 1 and 1 to 1,000 and then maybe missed the boat with Netflix. We want this to be sustainable. So what is the road to long-term sustainability? We believe that through coalition building within DAOs, this could be a long-term model. Imagine if Pizzaiolos, pizza shop owners, and pizza fans alike were able to collaborate within a common DAO and really reap the benefits of shared and common resources. So I'll leave you with this thought today. There are more pizzerias on planet Earth than any other type of restaurant. They could sneeze and fund the development of this software, but they're not organized. That's all for me today, folks. Thank you for coming out. Please feel free to reach out. My name is Katrina. These are the pictures of Derek and I enjoying food. Have a great day.
Thank you.